here. We bring it down. See here? We bring it over. We bring it down. We bring it down. Alright, real simple. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's covering your point. So, step forward. 1. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these numbers aren't really, like each one of these positions actually has positions that they're called, but it's just easier to remember. Prime, this is the first, then we come here because from here, this is our next block.
This is almost like with the sticks, when you do
Yes.
the block,
Yes.
but you do this instead.
Right, right. And let's switch from live blades here for a second and go ahead and grab your big trainer. And you'll see that, you know, all martial arts use this kind of configuration on their blocks. The reason the first one is called prime is because it's the first, but it's also because it's what you're coming from the draw. So if this were a saber, which is where a lot of Bowie knife comes from, we're actually drawing to get this cut. So if you're attacking, I'm drawing, cutting. Right? If you know, the classic, all the manuals and everything show this very classic kind of overhead strike, so that you're covering this line perfectly. But the reality is, it's whatever is coming in. So you're attacking, I'm getting that cut. Because that's a primary target. And that's why I even have, like, I made a bit of wrist on it. So that's what this cut is. So let's go back to live blades. One of the big differences is that you'll notice in our footwork, we're we're taking a more European approach than an FMA approach. We're taking a fencing stance, much more than like say an Asian methodology where we're very much stepping on these lines off to the side. One of the big things is classical European fencing tends to be more linear because it does minimize things, and you'll still turn. You'll still, like, especially on these low line parries, as you're coming in, I might step and parry and then thrust. You're coming in low, all right? I'm going to cut. So I'm going to use the edge. If, however, I need to parry, I'm going to tend to use my flat so that I can, all right, parry, parry. Now from number 2. Number 2, we're going to just start from the middle position. We're not, well, actually, let's do it this way. Let's go prime, ripost, 2, ripost. So, prime, ripost, parry, ripost. Parry. Right. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you cut to this side, all right, an angle 2, I'm parrying, all right, and then I'm coming straight forward, all right, so boom, boom, prime, cut, parry, cut, third, cut, 4th. Now here's where we don't cut. Alright? On the 4th and the 5th with a short blade, it's much easier to thrust. Alright? So we get boom, boom. Make sense?
Yeah.
This is a drill I picked up from Uncle Jim, and the reason I've got armor on is because you're going to be the one hitting. All right. All I'm doing is giving you a target, so your target is the armor. So go ahead and get on guard. All right. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to go 1. You're going to reach out and touch the armor with the back of your blade. 1, 2. And on 3, what I want you to do is back cut my wrist. All right, and you remember the back cut, right? So we're starting from the outside, and that's going to make the change a little more complicated because we have to go 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm wanting you to make that circle to go around it. All right. Then we'll do the inside, and it's the same thing. But on the inside, it's a lot easier. It's just 1, 2, 3. All right. So remember, this is your target. So from the outside, 1, 2, get your back cut. All right, now you don't touch on the 3rd. All right, you back cut on the 3rd. All right. 1, 2, there we go. 1, 2, give me that back. There you go. Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if I hit your wrist or not, as long as I get the back cut.
Right. Because this is just setting up motion. Okay, it's giving you a line to react to. There you go. Exactly. Now put some snap in that back cut. Yeah, there you go. Hit the armor, not my hand. No, that's okay. That's why we're using padded trainers for this. You know, we're just see by aiming for here. What's likely in real fighting is we're not actually going to get the wrist. We're more likely going to get the thumb as the hand pulls back. Because as soon as I see that, I'm going to want to withdraw.
Right.
So we aim for the wrist so we hit for the thumb. This is one of the biggest things I tell people about hitting arms all the time. We don't aim for where we want to hit. We aim above where we want to hit because our natural reaction is to pull it back. Once you kind of get that in your mind, defanging the snake becomes like super easy. You just aim above and people naturally pull into it. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. There you go. 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2. There we go. See? Isn't this easy? Nice. The inside. Alright, so we're going to 1, 2, roll it up so you can see it.
Don't make you mad at me.
No. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2. The reason I'm not about the problem getting hit in the hand.
No, I understand what you're trying to do. I'm trying to understand.
I'm trying to train you to aim here,
Right, I understand.
so that you can hit here.
Detected at your front door.
All right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2. There. 1, 2. There. Excellent. Now, I'm going to start just feeding you thrust and cuts on this side. And what I want you to do, back up my wrist. All right? So. Focus on the back cut. Focus on your on the clip of your knife. This is what you want to be hitting with. This might hurt, but this isn't going to cut me. This is going to open me up. So. There you go. No. Those back cuts in. Nice. Your back cut should not loop. Okay. Your back cut should come out and roll over. There you go. Because what we're getting is that snap. We don't, if we do this, this opens our line up. But if we extend forward and cut, our line is protected throughout our movement.
I mean, so back cut can be, I mean, this way too, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
It's not, okay, because I mean, this is.
I mean, we're looking at, let's say you've knocked my knife down, all right? I can cut with that. It's a relatively simple matter to go boom, boom, all right? So the problem with that is, though, is if my knife has been beaten down, I have to deal with this threat that's immediately coming into my head. So from here, I need to void, and I'm not trying to catch their arm as it contacts me. I'm trying to catch their arm as they retract it from me stepping aside. So that outside back cut tends to be, back a little bit, because I really don't want you nick or anything. That inside, that to the outside back cut. All right, this tends to be much more of a while moving off on a line this way. But it's good to work with a live blade because you need to understand the weight and what it takes to move it. All right, so again, let's start off. So you're feeding me an angle 1. Prime is my defense. Okay, from down here, boom. All right, we get that cut. So we get the cut and a cut. All right, I'm attacked over here. Parry, cut. All right, I'm attacked low. Parry, cut. I'm attacked over here. Parry, cut. All right. If you're coming in me low and my weapon is here, all right, this is the same as from here. We can cut up and throw us down. It's the same mechanic as prime. So when our tips are down, we can cut up into prime, into this line. So we've cut, we've come down to here. This is simply bringing our tip up and out. We don't need to circle it around.
I just use this part of my arm then.
Yes, we're just bending from here. Boom, boom. So we're doing whatever. We're dueling. All right, you're attacking me. All right, I'm gonna get those handcuffs if I can. But as soon as we close, all right, I want to be able to deploy that hand. All right? I want to be able to grab on you.